I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Will you marry me? No. Will you marry me? No. Will you marry me? I don't know. I need practice, and Fallon did too, as we're talking all things CW's Dynasty Season 3, Episode 13, Lucky 13. You see most things in terms of black and white. And that's right, you're all tuned in to AfterBuzz right now. We are doing the after show, CW's Dynasty, and we have so many good things to talk about. I'm here by myself because Maddie Pox is a Carrington, and as a Carrington, she's jet-setting all around the world. And by myself, I still mean Bree is in the pocket. What's up, Bree? How are you?
Hey, I'm so excited to hear you talk about
Dynasty. Are you excited for someone to propose to you? Because that's what happened on this episode in manners of speaking. Like, how should someone propose to you, Bree?
To me specifically, or
yes,
to somebody in general?
To you.
I think that as long as you have some sort of intention behind it, like you're not just throwing it away kind of thing, like you should have planned something out that is specific to me.
Like what? Like during a musical, and then in the musical, someone busts out, like, Bree, will you marry me?
For me specifically, that would be awesome.
That would be it for you?
Or it could be like in the park, and like all of a sudden a bunch of random people break out in song. That would be cool too.
So a flash mob in the park? Wow, when you're like, just do anything, you mean something pretty elaborate.
It could be smaller than that too. It could be something like taking me to like a place that is set in one of my favorite movies or one of my favorite musicals and proposing there. It could be smaller.
Are you against the woman proposing to the man?
No.
So you're okay. You're all about proposition equality.
Yeah, I think whoever feels comfortable doing it, go for it.
Well, that's why I definitely needed a female perspective on this one, because in this week's episode, CW's Dynasty Season 3, Episode 13, you see most things in terms of black and white. One of the major themes was the concept of Fallon proposing to Liam, who we've been waiting for this union to happen for so long. It's almost happened. It's come back. It went around. They had to go to Switzerland. I mean, so many things have done and happened on this roller coaster of a ride, and yet this is the week that we might have gotten that proposal, and a lot of things happened and still fell through. It didn't happen the way we thought. It wasn't the proposal we wanted. It's the proposal that we deserved, and that's the way it really happened. Honestly, my overall thoughts on this week's episode, as we're going to break it down, I'm going to break it down Dominique house rules. Fallon proposes. Adam needs to practice. Fletcher is open, and you know what I mean. Liam has a story to tell. Dominique's reality. Heidi and Connor. Wow, that was a mic drop at the end. Our special segment, Wow, where we pick the best WoW outfit of the entire episode. We do have some news and gossip you're going to want to stay tuned for. It's very exciting. And of course, predictions as I pull out the crystal ball and make them all. My overall thoughts on this week's episode was, honestly, I was very disappointed at the episode for... I was disappointed. I was so upset. I was watching this episode. I hate when episodes do this false fallacy episode. It reminded me of Star Trek: The Next Generation and the Hollow Suite. One of those dream sequences. One of those, this is something that's not going to happen. All of those things in one episode as Liam's telling a story. I was so upset until the last 4 minutes of this episode were huge payoffs. I'm talking about the Dominique filming Crystal drama. That's a string that's going to just unravel so many things. I'm talking about Liam proposing to Fallon. Goosebumps. I'm talking about Adam trying to get his practice back and then basically getting Kobe. And of all people, Blake's office. You think this isn't going to do anything? And then, of course, Dominique dropping a hint to Anders that she might have a little crush. I mean, the last 5 minutes of this episode made everything worthwhile. So I'm going to start right there. I'm going to talk about Liam has a story to tell. We're on the flight, and this is Liam saying he has to pitch the story in London, of course. And we have Fallon there who's had this proposition. She's been waiting to propose to Liam because after everything she's been through, let's revisit. She's been through Liam's concussion. She's been through Liam's forgetting every amnesia. She's been through getting Liam back in the first place. I mean, she has done a lot for this relationship. And to be very honest, Fallon is not so much, she's ambitious, but she's not always motivated. The only thing I've ever seen Fallon be truly motivated for is honestly for Liam. And even though Liam was not the relationship with Fallon that I shipped initially I was a fan of Culhane and Fallon. This is the union that's the most pure in the entirety of the show. This is a union based on true emotional reciprocity and love for one another. And honestly, with Liam's glistening chest when he's walking, like, I'm sweaty, hey, what's up? And I was like, Fallon, how can you not want some Liam, bro? He's amazing, the cutest guy. He's so sweet, and he's been true throughout. Even though he's been corrupted on every side possible, he's the purest one. And so for Fallon to have this side, she's in love with Liam and with his purity, and it's beautiful to see. I saw Fallon proposing and practicing the proposal with Sam. Also, another relationship that I'm shipping is Sam and Fallon. That friendship is amazing. That reminds me of my best friend and myself. Where I am the Sam and she's the Fallon, and we are always like conniving. We're always just in the midst of things and getting into trouble, but getting out of trouble, and we rely on each other a lot. So shout out to my best friend Tabby. It's just good to see that relationship, and it reminds me of my relationship with George too. For anyone who knows George, he's another host at AfterBuzz, one of my best friends. I like seeing those pure friendships. Then on the flip side, you know, they're conspirators who are conspiring to conspire. And then on the flip side, we see this purity and the love of Liam and Fallon. These are the best of who Fallon is. It's good to see that, especially since we see Fallon in such a negative light throughout seasons 1 and 2. In a way, not negative as in a bad way, as in we don't look like Fallon, but she's always scheming. She is the I Love Lucy. She's the Lucy, you know, she's always up to something. So it's good to see her even in this, where she's scheming her way into something pure. She's practicing her proposal. She wants it to go perfect. She has the band, doesn't work out. Then all of a sudden, Liam needs to go to London to pitch this story. We hear the story, and that's where I wanted to talk about, is the story, which took up the majority of the episode. This was 70% of the episode, was the story, this black and white. It was confusing. It didn't make sense. It was funny at times. They dropped some great one-liners with my beak, and tells me that your scent stenches, and of course, you know, with Alex saying, oh, my face, everyone remembers my face. Like little things like this, they hit up a lot of great tidbits of Dynasty, intermingled the stories into the story that we're being told as if it's going to be pitched into a novel, this black and white Humphrey Bogart-esque detective PI story, something from the 50s, right? And it's ruining Fallon's proposal. And this audience, we're like, come on, just propose already. Let's just get on with it. And at one point, Fallon herself was like, just skip to the end. This is stupid. Why are we doing it? And as the audience, we feel kind of the same. And then the payoff. They get into this fight. Fallon and Liam get into the fight. The fight felt so real. And Liam says, maybe you unsophisticated reader, maybe you aren't basically smart enough to understand the story. That's why. And Fallon was fuming, and it was going to be bad. And then you see them reconnect at the hotel, and Liam says, welcome to London, opens the door, flowers throughout the suite. Liam gets on his knees, on one knee, and proposes to Fallon and says, I saw the ring and I wanted to do this. So he set her up, and it was just, wow, payoff. Now, talk about planning. Bree talked about planning. This is planning. This is noticing, being aware, seeing that Fallon and Sam were up to no good when you walked up. You knew what was going on. Sam, of course, having the foresight to know to push Fallon to go on this trip to London. They set that up. I mean, there was a lot. The conspirer got conspired on, and now, boom, we're back into the engagement. Fallon and Liam are once again officially engaged. It is the best part of the show to see, not to necessarily watch, but to see Fallon and Liam's love. It's the purest, it's the only good, the true good in the show. Everyone else has a hidden agenda. In fact, actually, I'll say another one that falls under this umbrella is the Blake and Crystal. Blake really loves Crystal. Blake is always looking out for Crystal, especially now that they have the new Crystal. Blake completely trusts the new Crystal. Blake has an affinity for the new Crystal. Blake has a love for the new Crystal. Blake is forgiving to the new Crystal. I mean, there's definitely a lot going on. You see the trust, especially when Blake brings up, oh, where were you? And she says, my battery died, and he does not question her. That's not something Blake would apt to normally do. This is someone who he truly believes in. So now we get these themes of love. These themes of love. On the flip side, you have two relationships that are heading somewhere very dangerous. I am talking about Adam and Kobe. I am talking about Adam and Kirby, and I am talking about Fletcher and Sam. Adam and Kirby, dangerous. They do it in Blake's office. I think the fact that Kirby walks out and says, you know, you could have just told me and I would have stole whatever you want from Blake's office for you. That's the thing, the kind of things that Adam likes. Adam isn't necessarily just turned on by a slim waist and a big butt, right? This isn't, I like big butts. This is Adam. Adam likes Kirby's loyalty. Adam likes Kirby's tenaciousness and Kirby being clever and also being manipulative. Adam likes, and actually he envies and admires these qualities in someone. And so I think Kirby has a much better angle of getting Adam, and I actually really like these two, and I'm shipping them because I enjoy their interactions, has a much better chance of getting Adam in those manners. On the flip side, Fletcher, who's married, says he's in an open relationship. I didn't believe that ish for a second, okay? Because clearly you're not an open relationship, and then you're like, nobody's here, just guys selling insurance, or whatever he yelled out when Sam rolled up to the house, and that's how we found out he's married. So my whole thing is, Fletcher did the right thing by letting Sam go. And I'll tell you something, and this is a word of advice to everyone, including myself. Always believe someone when they show you who they really are. That's when you need to believe them. Always believe someone when they show you who they really are. Who is Fletcher? Fletcher is this guy. Fletcher's in a relationship, and he's cheating, and he's trying to buy his way out by getting you that watch and adorning you with nice things and saying all those nice words. And yeah, he's hot. He's a hottie. But you know what? He's no good for you, Sam. I think we all agree. We love Sam and Fletcher, but we don't like Fletcher and Sam. There is a difference, and it's the way the relationship is moving. That is the truth of the situation. We see this Liam story unfold. We get a lot of tidbits. Anders is the club, Sanders, all that story. I want to know if you guys at home like the story. Let me know. We are shipping it here. Hashtag storyteller or hashtag story no way. Let me know what you think. We appreciate you in the comments below. Comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends, spread the word. And of course, if you're listening to us on iTunes, give us the 5-star rating we so greatly deserve. We are the best Dynasty after show on the planet. It's not me, that's all of you. So thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV talk. Now, going into the last of the storylines, Dominique moving into the house, that's clearly a horrible situation. Do not trust Dominique. Dominique is Alex and everyone rolled into one. She is only out for self, and we see it. She's going after Crystal in a way because she knows the only way she can get a show. She's always looking for the fame and the glory. I mean, Dominique is the gold digger in every sense of the word. Here, she needs to videotape Crystal to get that sizzle reel. That's going to go bad, especially because she has the video of Crystal going into the room to meet with the hitman to get rid of Alexis. That is the dangerous footage. Like, we saw that, right? Everyone saw that being a tidbit that's going to come and play later. We also have this other storyline of Adam wanting to practice his medicine, going in, getting the deed for the vineyard because he needs the money. Because, of course, Colby's not just going to give him money. Adam poisoned Colby. Even though for Colby, $100,000 is like $1. It's nothing. So we're going to see how that plays out. So all these little quick storylines we get basically at the end, we finally get this one, I'm talking about bomb drop, Heidi and Connor. Heidi shows up out of nowhere. We don't even really know who Heidi is. Apparently, Liam has a son he knew about but thought was up for adoption or whatever the plan was, named Connor, and now Heidi has picked the most appropriate time to come back and be like, guess who's here? Connor. I think he should know his father. Talk about monkey wrench in the plans, especially coming off last week's episode where, of all people, Liam is like, I never want to have children. You never asked me, Fallon. Oh, really? Because it sounds like you never asked Fallon if she wanted to have children either. Bam. That's where it ends. Let's get into our special segment. Wow. Wow, the best outfit of the episode. And I'm going to have to go with Fallon's outfit on that private jet. Flying there, I mean, there was a point where Fallon went and tried to become intimate with Liam, and I cannot believe he was able to resist because she looked amazing. Not in person, but in the Liam story. Yeah, I'm talking about when Fallon was the singer and we saw that shot glimmings up her leg into that shimmery dress. Wow, Fallon, you are definitely the wow moment of this week's episode. Let's get into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Oh, CW has brought us some good news for 2021. That's right, CW. Rejoice, everybody. The CW just renewed all of its current shows. That is correct. CW just announced that all of its current shows have been renewed, including Dynasty, which is obviously a show that I'm on, including Roswell, including Supergirl. You can watch me talk about that after show later tonight. So we get this entire the entire format is being renewed, so we're going to get more Dynasty coming back. And even though a lot of people were concerned about Dynasty because of its extremely low ratings, that's only in the United States. In the rest of the world and in many parts of America, Dynasty is extremely highly rated and gets a lot of syndication in the rest of the world. So it's great that we know that we're going to get more Dynasty. So check out. You're going to have enough of me lasting for another season, basically, is what that means. Because when Dynasty's renewed, my energy gets renewed. And I'll be right back here. Let's talk predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Okay, we get so many strings that are getting unfolded this episode that I don't know where to start. First of all, there's no way that Fallon doesn't find out about Heidi and Connor, except I think Liam's going to try to hide it from Fallon because he's not ready to process it himself, let alone have her process it. It's not like Fallon deals well with news, except I think if anyone can take this and handle this kind of pressure news and have a solution, it is Fallon. So Liam, I suggest you talk to Fallon and team up with your partner to figure out how best to tackle this situation. I don't want to call it an issue or problem because there's a child who was born because of your two actions. So let's find out more about Heidi. Let's find out more about Connor. But I'll tell you something, Maury has taught us anything. Take that DNA test. Another thing is Dominique is going to have that proof thinking that Crystal's cheating when in fact Crystal's murdering, which is way worse than cheating. I'll tell you that. It's like even a worse commandment in the Bible. I'm going to have to ask Michael Klaus, but yeah, I'm pretty sure thou shalt not cheat and thou shalt not murder. We're going with murder is like a little worse than cheating. Like, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, but you probably shouldn't murder the husband even more. That's the kind of thing we're talking about because Crystal, went into the hotel room and Dominique has that footage and there's no way that Dominique comes off that footage. We've seen her be dangerous with the video in her camera before. Ask Cole Hain. Let's get into the concept of Adam's practice. I don't think he should sell that vineyard. He should still get into good graces with his father. Blake knows that it needs to show. Like, we need these two to reconcile. I need Adam back in the house, and I am shipping Adderby. What are we calling it? Curdim. I like Curdim. We're going to ship Curdim, Kirdam. Let me know what you think. Kirby and Adam, should they stay together? And of course, if Sam and Fletcher should stay apart. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Until then, if you want to find me, I'll let you know. Find me at I Am Tehran all across the board. That's IAMTEHRAN all across the board. And of course, hosting and paneling on a slew of other AfterBuzz after shows because all of your favorite TV shows are my favorite TV shows too. If you want to find Maddie Pox, find her jet setting the world or at Maddie Pox, MADDIEPOCKS. You'll love her Instagram as well. Until then, you can find both of us back here as we're talking more Dynasty, CW's Dynasty Season 3, right here on AfterBuzz. See you guys next week.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.